I am. Okay. All right. Hi there. I'm actually just trying out a few things and I'm testing out if I know how to get onto YouTube live. So if any one of you guys would like to kind of check that out and let me know if they can see me on YouTube live, that would be nice because I'm still trying to figure it out and I'm playing around with it. It's a learning curve. My name is Dr. Mukono and I love teaching asthma and I'm here trying to learn YouTube because I'm so used to TikTok, but I do not know how long I have on here anymore. So I'm learning how to use YouTube and I'm on live for YouTube as well right now, I think. I'm not sure because it's something that I have never done before. So if you're able and you don't mind going into YouTube and check if I'm on live, I would really, really appreciate that because I am on there, I think, and I can't tell. So, anyways, um, I hope you guys are, maybe you're following me for the first time, maybe you have never seen me before, you're just passing through, you're just curious, whichever it may be. I am Dr. Mkono and I'm all about asthma, COPD, lung disease, pulmonary care, and you can ask me questions. I mostly like to focus on asthma because I think that's the one that will make, that I'm more likely to make a big impact because I think it's simple to me, but for whatever reason, patients get very confused and they get lost. And oh, thank you. So apparently I'm on live on YouTube. And I'm totally needing to watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to do live on YouTube. So I'm there. Thank you for whoever went and did that for me. I really appreciate that. I need all the encouragement in the world. I've been kind of nervous about going on YouTube, but that is where I'm going to be. So if you were wondering where I'm going to be soon, I will be on YouTube. If you've been following me, you have learned something from me. You do need to give me some feedback because I feel like I'm talking to the wall in my office and on here. So that's kind of discouraging. So I want you guys to go and give me a thumbs up somewhere on my videos to let me know, yes, you're learning, and yes, it's informative, and yes, you need this kind of person showing up on your screen every once in a while in between your, entertainment, talking about asthma before anything happens to you. At least you'll know where to find me. Any clarification, the basics are so important. I'm dedicating my time teaching you guys on the basics because guess what, it's usually the basics falling apart that causes you guys to fall apart or your loved ones. So I love that there is 7 people watching me on YouTube making a fool out of myself. But guys, I'm learning the YouTube and I think I've mastered the TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, say hi. If you're on YouTube, tell me how it's going because I have lots to learn over there and I have lots to teach. I do not even know where to get, your communication on YouTube to see where you guys are writing me questions, but I'm on here. My name is Dr. Mukono. I'm a pulmonologist. Most of the time, I'm a mom, so I'm home today for a few hours, trying to do a few things today. Get to know you guys on TikTok. Get to know you guys on, oh my God, it just even makes me nervous. On live, I think some of my patients are probably on YouTube because they tend to be the type of patients I send YouTube videos to. I educate my patients a lot in the office, but most of the time I run behind. So YouTube is my link up, show you guys what you're supposed to be doing. So a lot of you are coming from YouTube would probably be my patients. So anyways, I'm okay acting a fool on here for a few hours. I won't be long. I just kind of wanted to test out my live YouTube. I have been wanting to tell you guys that's where I'm going to be for the TikTok followers. And I want you guys to follow me there because that is probably where I'm going to be most of the time. It's YouTube Live going forward once I master it, of course. So thank you so much for anyone stopping by on either TikTok or YouTube. And I hope that I'll upgrade myself with some knowledge on how to actually have you guys communicate to me. I like the 3 likes. Thank you from whoever that is. And I love you guys in TikTok, and I know I should be there more often. Summer is here, so most likely I will find the time. I have little ones that get in the way of my schedule, but I like to do Tuesday night and Thursday night lives, so you can save me and don't hold me to it. But in the summer, I am planning to be more on the live because I think the live is more informative and I don't have to do everything in like 10 seconds for the TikTokers. And for the YouTube, I think I'm more of a YouTube person because I like to talk and demonstrate, and TikTok is very difficult for me. Anyways, I get it that everybody is on TikTok and they like the fast videos, get to the point, etc. But you know, asthma, you guys are not learning it in the office, so obviously TikTok is not the medium. And I'm supposed to give you a little bit more about your disease so you can be a smarter, more informed patient and do better, because most of the time you have all the secrets in your hands, or somebody has told you you have asthma, what to do, and you've neglected it, and then you fall apart, and all of a sudden it's costing you millions because you just didn't do a little bit of the background and the homework at home. And so I am here to emphasize that because I see people every time, and it's like there is some basic things you guys can do that can help you kind of build a little bit of a foundation and take care of your lungs a little bit better, and so that you don't have to keep bouncing in and out to see doctors, ERs, and hospitalization, God forbid. Okay, so a lot of these inhalers are helpful. I'm dedicating myself to tell you guys that because we intend for you to be on inhalers regardless of how severe your lung is. You are still supposed to be on inhalers. Okay, so I am talking on this screen here and my iPad is upside down because I have no idea what I'm doing, but hopefully somebody out there is learning something from me. My videos are on TikTok most of the time, so easy to make, and I'm still learning YouTube. So anyways, welcome to whoever is passing by. It is an experiment day. I'm not really sure. I have half an hour to an hour to spend with you guys before I run off, but today is a TikTok live, and it's also test out YouTube live. And yes, no, I don't do co-hosting because I have no idea how to do that. Plus, I need somebody that I know because I'm very, I'm trying to be as professional as I can on here because you guys should be clicking over to learn. Something that your doctor didn't stop you by, flag you down and told you, I want to be the first one to tell you, okay? Inhalers do work. You have to know how to use them, and no, it's not redundant. I am showing you over and over again how to take a deep breath and hold it because most of you, when you come and see a pulmonologist, have no idea. So maybe I'm a little biased, but have no idea how to use your inhalers, even though you're pros. So please take some time to review at least one of the inhaler technique videos of the inhalers that you're taking, realizing that it is the reapplication. You have to apply it. If it's twice a day and it says that on your prescription, don't be smarter than the prescription. Make sure you're applying it twice a day, making sure you hold your breath. Count to 10 because you're allowing the inhaler to get absorbed. So I'm sorry for the lies because you're seeing half my face. That's because I have no idea what I'm doing on here. But thank you for the one person that is watching the show because it is really a show today. I have TikTok over here and I have YouTube live over here, and I'm definitely going to be acting a fool today because I have no idea and I'm accepting. So the same for you guys. When you do not know what you're doing with your inhalers, you should accept. I don't know how. I have it and I don't know why it's not working, but I've never used it. It's not working because you've never used it. So for the live, I am learning, experimenting on YouTube live, but I'm on TikTok also. So hello to everybody, and I'm sorry if I'm scaring you. I'm not crazy yet, but I soon will be if I don't figure out how to coordinate the show, right? So Anyways, if you have questions, I will be scrolling on TikTok because I know how to do that. And then YouTube, you guys can try to write me a message and maybe I will get it. Okay? Hide chat messages. I don't know how. I have no idea, but I'll be looking that up. All chat messages, none. I don't have any. Anybody can type in on YouTube Live for me, and then I can see where your messages show up. I don't even know if I have those privileges yet because I only have like 100 followers and I need more, right? So I'm actually begging the TikTok followers to follow me on YouTube so I can have more followers on YouTube, which is where I'm going to be. I'm actually going to park there for a while. Okay, so YouTube Live, guys, welcome. If you have questions, pop them in. I'm going to scroll down and we're going to go over basic asthma care. Guys, I may save you a visit to a pulmonologist, but I also want to warn you that I am not your pulmonologist. I'm just your friend on here. Okay. And if you have anyone you care about that you want to have a pulmonologist take care of, send them my way. And if somebody's screwing up the inhalers, definitely take them my way. Okay. Lead them to me. All right. All right. I'm looking. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for sharing. One person shared. I don't know what they're sharing. If they're sharing me acting a fool, that's fine too. I'm not shy anymore. I used to be. I'm not shy anymore. I've cured myself of shyness and looking stupid all the time, right? You all have to have a chance to do something like this. It's very difficult, actually. I look at people and I critique them, but I'm not critiquing them anymore because it is very difficult. I know what I'm supposed to do with the inhalers, but I have no idea what to do with all these screens and what to do on here. Okay. So welcome again. My name is Dr. Mukono, Pulmonary Critical Care, and I'm here to orient myself on YouTube. So please follow me there. See if you can find me. Put a message. Let me see if I actually get the messages. I think I need 1,000 followers on YouTube to do all the gadgets, and I only have 100, so I'm working on it. And if TikTok shuts down, I'm going to be on YouTube. So please make sure if you've enjoyed what I've done for you so far. If you haven't, then maybe ask somebody on some of the feeds. I do teach you guys everything my patients know. Yes, on the basics, because the basics are definitely the major part. If you don't get the message on the basics with your doctor, it's because we go too fast. We're usually on roller skates because you are timing us, and I don't have my watch today. And so we kind of, give you some pointers, and then we send you to your pharmacist who should give you how to use those medications we're prescribing. But for whatever reason, the pharmacists are also sending you over to, I don't know, the primary or something. I don't know. But most of you have a little slip up on the medications. So I'm here to orient you and give you that benefit in telling you that when you do use your inhalers the way you should, you definitely do better. You have less exacerbations. You have more confidence. You can travel, enjoy yourself in the summer and not have this unpredictable asthma attack. Yes, you still can, but those unpredictable moments. The night symptoms, I know, no, guys. If you have any of those, it means your inhalers are not right. They either need to be titrated or started, one or the others. You should not be waking up at night using your rescue. Hogging onto your rescue over and over again usually means there's a problem. So again, I am here, trying to learn YouTube, which is over here. And so follow me there and see how I look on there. Write me a message. Let me know if you can see me. Support me because, sometimes I feel like you guys have learned everything you need to know. And then one person asks a question like, what is asthma? I saw that message and I will be responding to whoever asked that question. Asthma is really, really a problem that can happen to a lot of people out there when you have tightness, shortness of breath, coughing. Some people have cough variant asthma. Some people have exercise-induced asthma. And you squeeze, you can't breathe, you feel like you can't breathe. Tightness, wheezing, which is like a whistle. And the reason you wheeze is because your airways are very tight and you can barely squeeze in your air and you feel like you're gasping for air. And there's a lot of things that do the same thing. I mean, congestion can do that. For some of you guys have congestion. Masses can do that. So please get a chest x-ray, make sure your lungs are healthy. okay? Don't just assume everything is asthma. And even if your doctor called it asthma, make sure they ordered a chest x-ray, because sometimes everything that wheezes is not asthma. And you're sitting there trying to use inhalers, you got it perfect, and you still can't breathe because maybe it's not asthma, okay? I just still tell you that it's the first layer of protection for most patients with asthma, breathing disorders. We give them inhalers while we evaluate them, while we order that x-ray, while we order that breathing test. But we also depend on you using those medications to give us feedback so we can crank it up and crank it down depending on what happened. So if you come back to us and you're not using inhalers, we're not going to ask you, because that's the obvious. We want you to. We gave them to you. We're not going to ask you that. So you probably need to point that out. You know what? I do have these inhalers, but I'm not using them. Because then, you're there for a social visit, and it's okay because we're socializing here. But if you're seeing your doctor and you're doing your own thing and they're doing something totally different, you're two different wavelengths, I'm hoping that I will be the person that kind of conveys a message and glues you guys back together, because you should be on the same page. You should not be on a different page with your doctor. And if you are, be honest. We don't love pissing off our patients. That takes longer to resolve. We like when we know that you got the message and things are going to be smooth, and the next visit will be follow-up routine, right? But if you don't tell us you're not doing, we tend to increase or send you off to see cardiology, allergist, ENT, everybody, because we're wondering why you're not getting better. And it could just be as simple as you're not using your inhaler. We need to apply that first, and we should confirm it in the office for sure. We should be confirming your inhalers. Some people have medical assistants do that. I personally do it myself. Some people have, I don't know, pharmacists do it. I just have personally never seen a pharmacist do that, but I believe they are doing that. They're handing out thousands of medications. They may not have that consultation time with you. They give you the instructions. Look it up. Ask ChatGPT how to do the inhaler. I'm sure they have perfected that as well. So if you've never seen me on YouTube, please go over to YouTube Live. I have a live going. I don't know how to use it, but I'm on there. I see one person show up, curious person. My name is Dr. Mkono. Write me a message, because I still haven't figured out if I can see the messages. Oh, let me see. Short chat. Hello. Yes, I can see messages on here. Guys, I haven't lost it yet. I'm doing YouTube on an upside down laptop, and I'm doing TikTok at the same time. So anyways, and I'll be on here acting a fool for about half an hour. If you have questions, go ahead and pop them in here. You have definitely time to ask me questions while I figure out what I'm doing on here. I just figured out the chat on YouTube Live. And if you're able to just jump on YouTube and say hi, I will appreciate that. Follow me there, because I will be on YouTube Live for most of my life, I think. Because TikTok is always on and then it's not on. I can't figure them out, and they're messing up my flow, okay? So, any questions? Somebody please write questions on here so I can see. Oh, it said, oh, let me see, how do I say hi? How do I respond back? Okay. Thank you for the George, thank you so much for saying hi. Shark, thank you so much for saying hi on YouTube. I am on YouTube Live. Yes, I am. And I need you guys to follow me there, because that's probably where I'm going to be reliably on for the future, right? So follow me there, because I will eventually learn. Hopefully before you learn your inhalers, I would master YouTube Live. I'm a little older, so it takes time. But I know that I'm young because I'm trying to at least learn. So you should be doing the same thing. So we're going to go over inhalers. If you guys have questions, please go ahead and pop those in so I can actually orient myself on YouTube Live, which is over here. And you can ask me questions on TikTok if you don't like YouTube, right? Either way. All right. Inhaler number 1. This is the most common one. If you're in different parts of the world, all inhalers tend to have looked like this, but then they change their devices and they call them something else, and they put different ingredients in there. So depending on what you have, just look at your device. If it looks like this, it has a little mouthpiece, and it has like a timer, like a counter, right? Counter there, mouthpiece. Okay, I'm talking to YouTube over here and TikTok over here, in case you're just coming in. I'm not like crazy or something. So this is a very common medication nowadays, but it's new. But inside of it, it's just albuterol, and it's a rescue that has a little steroid in it. And I need you to know that it's on miniature doses. So if you are on this and you're supposed to be on something on a maintenance every single day, don't neglect to do your maintenance inhaler, because this is supposed to be a rescue. Follow your doctor's instructions, but it's a rescue, meaning it's an add-on. It's you're using whatever you're supposed to be using, and then when things don't work out, once in a while you get on this. But if it's constantly you're on this, you have a problem. Either your doctor told you the wrong thing, or you have a problem with your lungs, or you don't know how to use this. Whichever one. I just want you guys to know that this is new, but it's really not new inside. Inside is albuterol, and there's also an inhaled steroid, and so it is one of the only rescue inhaler that I know of with a little steroid inside. Your other inhalers are maintenance inhalers, and they're supposed to be used, if they look like this, twice a day. And if you're supposed to be on an inhaler twice a day and you're using it once a day, it won't work, because then you're using it as a rescue. Maintenance are supposed to be used every single day. And if it's twice a day, it's twice a day. If it's once a day, it's once a day. And you're supposed to be on it, right? If you see me in the office, I make you bring your inhalers, because there's a reason for that. Most of you don't even know where they are, which then tells me you don't know what you're doing and you're not using them. And therefore, I don't know what we're doing together, probably socializing. Okay, I can't get you better by just looking at you. Okay, anyways, so we're gonna go over a few inhalers. I'm gonna go over that while I test out this new medium. I like YouTube Live, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's a learning curve for all of us. Okay, so we're gonna go over this. I want to let you guys know that for the patients who I see sometimes forget, I've made a little sticker, and I'm so proud of myself because I have done that. And I put my name on there, so it's like a business card, and then I put the instructions. 1 puff a day, because some of you think this is 1 puff when you remember, and it's not, or when you're short of breath. This one is gonna be next, but we're gonna go over this one first. And we're gonna go over spacers, when you need them, when you should be pulling up a spacer. If you can't get this technique, you really need to get a spacer and train yourself to get on this mode, right? So YouTube Live is here. I'm gonna keep saying that because you guys will probably think why I'm this way. And then TikTok Live is over this way. So I have to make sure both of you guys are on there. Hi, 2 followers on YouTube Live. I just hope you're not my patients, because you're probably gonna run away. You're gonna say this lady is crazy. Anyways, so shake, 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 shake. If your inhaler looks like this, you'll be doing the same thing. And if it looks like this, you'll be doing the same thing. The only thing I need you guys to do is figure out which one is rescue, meaning emergency, quick reliever, whatever you call it, the add-on, okay? And which one is your everyday, no matter what you feel or are doing, rain or shine, that is your maintenance. Meaning, asthma is there attacking you every day, and so is COPD every day, and therefore you're supposed to be on something every day. Don't tell me it's this, because if it is this and you're constantly, your doctor has some work to do. You will either have a problem and this is not sufficient. Some people are on this as needed, but they use it once a year, every so often. But if you're constantly telling me that this is what you're showing up at my office and you're seeing me as a pulmonologist and you show up with just this, but you have shortness of breath, I'm going to be thinking there's something else missing. And usually it's missing because it's too expensive and you decide it looks the same. Why just use the same one, right? And that's not the correct plan. So I'm going to go over this one. All right. And this is a teaching device. So it's not going to spray, but shake it up, shake it to activate it. And you should be able to prime it, you see? Prime means jumpstart it, making sure that it flows. If you guys do not know what that means, it's flowing, right? And then shake it up, exhale. And as you want to press right here at the same time as taking a deep breath simultaneously. Okay, so same thing here. Looks the same, right? But this is a rescue with just albuterol. This is Ventolin. This is a rescue with called Air Supra, new one. Everybody likes it, but don't drop your maintenance for this. Really don't. Speak to your doctor about that. This is not supposed to replace your maintenance. It's supposed to be an add-on rescue, okay? This is a teaching device. It did bring out some. I primed, right? And when should you shake? Before you use it all the time. And when should you prime? If an inhaler has been sitting out for a long time, it needs a jump start. But you shake it up to activate it, and then so obviously, if your medication is not getting in, your lungs will not get the medication, and of course you're not going to do well. That's problem number one. Number two is if you're not applying it as it should, which is like if it's a twice a day and you're applying it once a month, it won't work. Number next is if your dose is not right for you and you're doing everything else that I just spoke about perfectly. But let's say your doctor knows you have severe, but you really think you're mild, right? Some of you guys have to kind of meet up and figure out which one it is, because you may need 2 puffs twice a day on a maintenance inhaler and you're on 1 puff. So you're getting relief, but not all the way. So you're going to have to talk to your doctor about that and say, hey, I'm using my inhalers as I should. I have perfect technique. I confirmed it with Dr. McConnell. Everything is great, but I still feel tightness, shortness of breath. All the asthma symptoms are still present. So what's going on, doctor, and what do I need to do? So that doctor will then upgrade or downgrade. You want to do that way before you get sick, because when you get sick, we are on a different track altogether. That track requires, a shovel, we need to dig you out of a problem and then get you back to maintenance. So if your lungs are unattended, you need to figure out what you're doing way before they fall apart. And you all know, like once you're falling apart, nobody can dig you out like in minutes. They're gonna maybe send you to a waiting room for a few hours and then send you to the ER and then maybe send you to an urgent care and then hospitalization. Hopefully never like an ICU, right? And never a ventilator. I'm not trying to scare you, but that's a problem. So it's really important that your inhalers are being applied as they should. Okay, spacer. If you have never been told I'm on YouTube, please follow me there, because I will be on YouTube most of the time. So I'm on there live right now. Go in there and say hi. It's over here. Go in there and say hi. Let me know. Encourage me to learn YouTube. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you for the encouragement. It's not easy. So anyways, it looks easy, but it's not easy. I can tell you that right now, okay? Although I think it is important that I don't teach people one by one in my office, because everybody is getting very frustrated with me. I'm so busy trying to teach and they want me to still run on time. So I don't know how we can do that, guys. My patients know they gotta wait because I probably taught them and they were struggling. Oh, before we continue, this is why you gotta time it right. If you don't, you see that? Let's say you're doing this and you're like, 1, 2, 3. You see all that? And you tell me your medications are expensive, but you waste it. Thank you so much for those hearts, guys. Wow, you're encouraging me. Guys, I feel good. Can you also follow me on live over here on YouTube so that I can get all those perfect lives? I am so happy. Okay, somebody's learning something and they are just throwing those hearts. I melt. Anybody gives me a compliment, I actually melt. But the hearts on here are just fabulous because they are. And plus, you guys who are staying on there with me, it's nice because I hate talking to 0 people, and I do that also. Yeah, thank you so much for the person on YouTube who has given me a like. So thank you. And they're staying on there. Don't leave me lonely in YouTube. YouTube is on. So please, guys, go on there. I'm learning YouTube. And I'm holding you responsible to learning your inhalers. I need some time to learn the YouTube, maybe longer than you guys, but eventually I'll get it. And that's where I'm going to be most of the time, because TikTok keeps, lights on, then lights off every single day. And I don't know what to do with them. So I'm on YouTube. Okay. And then my website, pulmonarycc.info, is going to have lots of information for you guys if you want to know what I teach my patients, what I'm all about. You don't need to see me as a doctor. I have plenty of patients, but you could see me on here and I still can be a substitute, a resource to you. I am not your doctor, I'm just a resource. For my patients, we still have to talk about the plan in our visits because that's where we talk about it and that's where I get to touch, feel, and talk to you about the individualized care. So don't forget about that. I don't think you can substitute me for a pulmonologist. I'm just a pulmonologist who happens to like to share about the teaching, the things that you guys are missing, the things that you need just to get by so that you're not shooting yourself on the foot. Because most of you guys are by not doing what you're supposed to. And then when you fall apart, you're wondering why. Because all of a sudden you went looking for your inhaler and you do, and you're expecting things to work out. No, they take time. Inhalers, the maintenance inhalers, they take maybe the 10th dose is when you should expect the full dose to work. So the first dose won't do it. And if you spread it apart by 1 month, that first dose will be then again 1 month starting from scratch. So your first dose, imagine that being 10% effect. The next dose will be 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80, then 90, then 100. And then when you're seeing Dr. McConnell on day 100, now we're going to continue 100, 100, 100 because you've been on it as it should be for 100 days. And we should be able to tell whether it's working or it's not, whether we need to add to the inhaler something else. And maybe we need to go and do higher grades, of medications and go to injections, God forbid, because the inhalers are not working. And I would tell you it's not 90% of you guys going to injections. It's very rare that we send people to injections. Majority of you, even going on injections, should be on an inhaler because inhaler is the first layer. So you only get upgraded to injections if inhalers failed, right? So if they failed because you're not using them right, guess what? That's why I'm here. And if it failed because nobody told you, even though it's written on your box, to use it twice a day and you're using it once a month, that's why I'm here. That's a minor issue. So if you only need me for that, majority of you are not returning because you already got that and you're going and you're grabbing your inhaler and you're like, oh my God, I was prescribed. That's why I'm in the ER every day. And that's why I've spent $1 million with the pulmonologist visiting them and they're telling me, good, yes, oh yeah, good. You're on Advir? Great. But you're not even on it. You don't stop them and tell them, no, you're not. And you're there for a social visit. And that's what's causing you to fall apart. Because when you do fall apart, I promise you, we're going to give you the steroid, which is in the Advir, but high doses in IV. So you probably think it's different, right? No, it's just faster acting in IV, but it's the same thing. It's still steroid, okay? Inhaled is safer, way safer. And let's leave the IV steroid and the other pill steroids and all that for when you're really sick and you've gotten yourself into an infection and we need to calm you down. But it shouldn't be something we're doing every other weekend and you can't even travel because you don't know if you'll have an asthma attack on the plane. That's not how it's supposed to be. Attacks are supposed to be very rare, not every day. Waking up at night is it's not a good thing. You wake up at night and that's a red flag. There's a problem. If you need your rescue every 5 minutes, that's a flag too. There's a problem. And either we got the wrong diagnosis or you don't know what you're doing or your doctor didn't prescribe you the right thing. Either way, you got to meet up with your doctor and say, I'm always on the rescue every 5 minutes, right? And let them know. They're not magicians. They're not going to figure this out unless you tell them some keywords, okay? So we're going to talk about how to use a spacer. Okay, I have like maybe another 20 minutes. I'm going to check first. Oh my God. I'm going to check first if we have some. Oh, thank you for following me. I have someone following me and I have one ship out. You shipped me out once. Hey friend, how are you? I'm fine. I'm trying to learn a new thing. Hopefully you guys are learning something new every day. I really try to stress out my old brain every single day and learn something new. Every gray hair I get, I learn something new. So guys, you should be doing the same thing. And don't be scared to come out of your box, okay? Because that's how life is going these days. All right. No questions. All right. If I missed your question, please type it in again. Go ahead and type it in again. Thank you, Robert. You're the one giving me all the likes. Thank you so much. You're always so supportive. Um, You king, you got it. Spacers do work. And I'm telling you, it's a shortcut. If you haven't figured out you can't use your inhaler and you get a spacer and you use it, finally you get your medications, your money's worth, because you've been probably spraying it to the world. Okay, so let me check. And we're gonna do spacers. Yeah, I know, right? Injections are scary. First of all, I don't like injections, but I will tell you one thing. It's kind of like winning the lottery in the asthma world. That's who should be using injections, right? So technically, those are the patients that should be coming to me. The ones that failed getting better at the inhalers, and they're consistent with the inhalers, and they're following the inhaler, and they're doing it twice a day because they said it's twice a day, or once a day because it's, and they're just compliant patients, but they have severe asthma that couldn't be controlled with inhalers. Those people do need to go to injection. But you know what? There are steps. There's low inhalers, so we'll go to higher inhalers first, but you have to use them consistently. Again, so it's the same story. And then when we go to higher inhaler, we may combine you with 3 other medications inside the inhaler, and you're still not controlled. That is, your symptoms are not right and your testing isn't right, or either or. And then we're like, okay, we can't keep giving this person prednisone, admission, hospitalization. Now we can go to injections. It's not supposed to be like candy, guys. It's just like that because maybe the doctor didn't get the time to spend the time to talk to you and you were not honest. Do me a favor, be honest with your doctor. I see lots of patients doing the wrong things and making sure we have a relationship, because if they're not doing the right thing, they will have a relationship with me or another pulmonologist. It's always a good thing when you don't listen. Pulmonologists benefit a lot because we already gave you what you're supposed to be, and then we are sleeping fine. You're the one who should be very antsy and should be, we're not going to be mad at you. And if we are mad at you, that's so silly, because the more you don't do what you're supposed to do, the more you're going to see us. How is that going to piss me off? You want to, and we talked about it, you still want to do like your own herbals on the side and come see me, even though I'm not a herbal doctor. Why is that bothering me? My scripts are there. I tell you to bring the inhaler to me. You verify that you're taking what you're supposed to. We upgrade you, and you. Hey guys, let's be real, okay? I'm only here because I think here I can tell you that. My patients know. I always tell them, I'm not mad at you if you smoke. You need to know what you should be doing, which is not smoking. So you see me less, and they like that better than me telling them don't smoke. I don't know why. It's like psychology, I guess. I don't know. But you smoke more, you're going to see a pulmonologist more. If it's not now, in the future. That's silly for me to say to you, but if you're an asthmatic and then you smoke, you may not be ready for me, because you can get the inhaler, it will help, but you still need to do the real thing, which is to stop smoking. This is like assumed, okay? Although once in a while, some of you guys, I had someone follow me and they kept asking me questions on the DM, which by the way, you have to be a follower now to ask me a DM question. Absolutely not going to be talking to anybody who's not following me. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was just like people were just asking me questions, and I could tell that they're not coming to the lives, so they don't know what they're doing. They're not watching any of my videos, and then they're asking me a question, which I have showed so many times, and I can't even show it again because I feel embarrassed. Like, how many times am I going to show inhalers on lives? We're going to show a lot. If you've done your homework with me, you should know what you're supposed to do, and you would hear it 100 times if your ears are open, of course, because sometimes you're on here and you're like, oh, I already know that. I already know that. That's what's happening in the clinic, by the way, too, because you're swiping here and you're swiping in clinic and then expecting a miracle. It's not going to happen. You have to slow down. Why is this crazy doctor on here saying people are not holding their breath? Oh, that may be because she has asked all her patients when they meet her, which I do, by the way. I put you on the test. Some people get very mad at me. And it's fine, too, because they will remember that. Even if they don't check it with me and they're gone already, they will say, why did she stop me? Let me look up what inhaler looks like and how I should be using it, okay? And then they will look, and it still works. Even though they're not following up with me anymore, they're mad at me, and they go online and they're like, worst doctor ever. I don't care anymore. But I'm here to tell you, listen, you've been an asthmatic for a long time. Hey, grab this, show me. That's the first thing I do with you. Why? Because then you can't tell me, oh, yeah, I know. You're going to, you just show me, yes. And then I see all this. You know, then I'm like, okay, let's fix that. That's not going to work. And then we correct it, right? Otherwise, how am I going to know? Show me is the best thing. Go next to the mirror. Go. You will see it. You shouldn't see it. If you hold that breath in, you suck it in at the same time, you should see no inhaler. That's clue number one. And then you hold it to 10, count, look close, and you go, you won't see anything because everything is gone in and everything has dissipated. Okay? So I want you guys to know, first of all, I am not your doctor on here. I'm just your friend. I'm just here to kind of be the mirror to tell you, oops, I saw the inhaler. Maybe that's your problem. It's not your doctor. The script is right, but you don't know how to use your inhaler. And as a result, no vapes, no smoking. Thank you, Natalie, and hi. I just want you guys to know that it's very important that you are honest with yourself to do better. If you want to know, hey, why am I falling apart? Why is my twin sister's asthma way better than mine? And you're honest with yourself and you come here and just open the video and say, okay, she said, take a deep breath, hold it for 10 seconds, and you're not rolling your eyes and swiping me by, you will learn that. And then you will optimize that. Then the next thing I will say to you is that the inhaler is supposed to be twice a day. Are you using it twice a day? No, I use it when I remember. Well, that will be the rescue. And it's not the maintenance. Do me a favor and upgrade that to what your doctor said, because I'm not your doctor. But if they said twice a day, so the first dose is 10, the next day is 20, then the next morning is 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80, then 90, then 100, right? But if you're doing 10 and then you wait until can't catch your breath, now you're using your rescue inhaler, you know, and you even do this. One puff at a time, guys. You take one puff, you hold, you count to 10, you exhale, and then you get started again for the next puff, if that's what you're doing, right? These are key points that many people mess up on, and we talk about it. And from there, I check whether the inhaler is controlled on the current medication, because now we're on the same page. Then I upgrade you if need be. And I change things if your insurance doesn't cover one. And that's another thing. Your insurance, that's your business between you and your insurance. We are doctors. We prescribe. And they say, you know what? No, we can't give you the Maserati, but we can give you a Honda. They're the ones who decide that. We don't decide that. But I will find the Honda that works for you, right? Why? Because I know if you give me your medication list, the approval. What do you mean approval? Your insurance has a written plan. This is our Bible for this year. Next year, they start all over again with a new Bible. These are the medications we want to give our patients. We're going to give the, you know, the Advir. We're going to give the blah, blah. The same medications, but they have contracts with one particular pharmaceutical company. Maybe that will change soon. But they have made that contract. They've priced it out. Guess what? You just need to show your doctor, and they will pick the right medication for you based on what your insurance wants and the right mixture for you. You don't have to panic. It doesn't have to be purple. I know you like purple, but purple is expensive and it's not part of your plan. We can do blue, right? If it has the right ingredients. We check the ingredient. Okay, you need an albuterol, you need a steroid, okay, blah. You need a medium dose. That's after. You understand? So this is very, very important. Anyways, thank you so much, Robert. You're always very supportive. Thank you. Natalie, hi. Guys, I have one follower on YouTube, which is over here. So if you can go give that person a company over here, that would be nice, because YouTube is where I'm learning. I have no idea what I'm doing over there. So we'll always have TikTok in the background for as long as we have TikTok, but YouTube is where I'm going to be moving over to. Yeah, because, yeah, anyways, because I don't know what they're doing. I really don't know. And I have Hi, and I have George, and then Robert, which is very nice, thank you, on there. Yeah, the insurance denies things, and you know, your doctor can do work magic. It's very annoying to the doctors to do these prior authorizations, but sometimes they really have to if they don't have the right medication listed that you need. But sometimes you just also need to talk to your doctors, and they will tell you, and your insurance will tell you. Take that booklet. It's usually a very big book. I have one right here. Somebody brought it to me. You see, it has all the meds inside, and it tells you. See the tears over here. It tells you what we have to deal with, and you see on here. Look, you can read it upside down. Right? You see here, this booklet. Guess who made it? This one is made by United, but I have one here that's made by Cigna. And the hope, what's all this confusion? Well, we hope that Dr. McConnell gets very overwhelmed and sends you over with an expensive med and you go pay $1 billion for it. They don't mind. But if you bring that booklet, right? Don't ask your doctors to get the booklet because they'll tell you they will and they're not. It's impossible. We have so much to do, guys. We're not going to be able to do that. Be the patient who has their life, like take their life seriously and say, look, I will be the one who takes the initiative to get that med list so that Dr. McConnell can go on the list and say, ooh, Advir is not on the list. See here? Look. And it gives you all the tiers. I don't know how do you point this out? I'm going to get better at how to point it out. Advir is not on the list. Oh, no wonder it's $1,000. Oh, you know what? Let's put you on Brio. Brio's on here. And it's $2. That's how it works. And your pharmacist, I don't know if they get the book or not, but I can tell you one thing. They just list all the possible inhalers to us, and they don't tell us which one is more expensive. So you could be on a show with your doctor. They send one medication, you say it's too expensive. They send another one next month, they say it's too expensive. Meanwhile, you are unattended, and you could end up in urgent care. That fee is very expensive. You might as well pay for that inhaler. I don't know which is cheaper, but get the book. Provide it with your doctors. When you see the doctor, you should probably show up with the book because if they're prescribing, they can look in there quickly and see which is tier 1, which is tier 2. Thank you for the 2 followers on YouTube. And yes, hi. I have no idea which is why I'm up here, what I'm doing on YouTube. I'm a little bit better on TikTok, but I've been on there for at least a year. So I know a little bit, right? And I need to do better with the likes. I need to show up more. Thank you for the likes, guys. We're almost at the end. If you have questions, please also say hi on YouTube so I can see you on YouTube and say hi. Just wave and tell me you're on there and follow me there because yes, I'm gonna have to learn how to love YouTube a little bit more because you know how new things, you get very panicky over them, and I just need to learn that new thing. Teach my all dog brain this new trick of YouTube live. Yeah. So I think I did good. I got 2 people, 4 likes. For asthma as a topic, it's a boring topic. I'm not dancing. I'm not, you know what I mean? So I know my show isn't the best. It's like you have to kind of stress yourself to show up on my side, and I appreciate every one of you. Please use me as a resource. Absolutely. Ship me out to whoever needs me. If you hear somebody getting in and out of the hospital with asthma, watch the show with me and tell them, you know what, maybe it's your inhalers, maybe we need to upgrade you, maybe we need to test you, maybe we need you to follow up with your doctor and be honest that you're not on the right thing, and maybe you need to stop smoking. They're little simple things, but believe me when I tell you, some of the things are life-changing because I have the patients and I can tell you, I'm on here. Maybe some of them will be honest enough one of these days and tell you that they came to me and told me I have the worst kind of asthma on earth. And I believe there are people like that, okay? And no one can get me better. And guess what? It is as simple as you didn't even use your inhaler. How do they get you better if you don't use your inhaler? And then you're not even using the inhaler twice a day. It's twice a day. Oh, I got confused. I thought it was once a day like Brio. No, Brio is once a day, but this one is twice a day. And this one can go up higher. And we make these changes. And guess what? Majority of them, we don't need to upgrade to injections. No. Okay? Because we fix them with inhalers. Way safer. Okay? So, I am excited that I have at least done I've been wanting to do this live experiment. Thank you for the 3 followers. Actually, YouTube is beating TikTok. TikTok has 2 people following right now, and then, I have 4 people. Anyways, so I don't mind. I used to be shy, but I'm not as shy. But yeah, I'm here to learn, just like you, hopefully. Here to learn. You can laugh at me, I don't mind. I tell my 15-year-old all the time, don't worry about people laughing at you. How are you going to get better unless you try? Now I have to counsel myself. Don't be shy. Meet new people. Don't be scared to, oh my God, go outside of your box. The doctors were used to like seeing patients, but guess what? It is changing very fast. You guys may not need me. You will just go on ChatGPT, and you should, and ask ChatGPT to tell you how to use an inhaler. You may still need the encouragement, but I think you may not need a pulmonologist for that. Maybe you will just need me for the bronchoscopy before the robot starts doing the bronchoscopies. But do me a favor. Hi there. Third, 1907, I know who you are. Follow me on YouTube too, please. I think I know who you are. I'm testing out YouTube today. Yeah, that's my lunch hour. I'm actually going over. I would love for you guys to follow me on YouTube. Put a like. And yes, encourage me, because I do need the encouragement. And yes, tell me you're learning. You don't need to tell me you're learning. You don't need to tell me your full-time story. I don't need to hear all of that. All you need to do is like mark it, like it, share it, do something like that. And then I know, oh yeah, I get so inspired. And then I pull out all my little gadgets and teach more. So if you don't do that, then I get discouraged. So follow me on YouTube, follow me on TikTok, write me a message if you are a follower. Maybe I will answer, maybe I'll bring a video out, but I'm going to be leaving soon, and I just want to go over all the inhalers quickly, and then I'm out. Okay, so next thing is this one, spacer. And I have a respiratory therapist watching me, so I'm going to be very good. Okay, yes, you still need to prime. If it's been sitting there for a long time, you should prime it, because you need to make sure it's working. Shake it up first, put it in here. See here? You see how it rushes in, right? But you would put your mouth here. So it's shallower breath on here and shorter. And you're doing multiple breath, shallow breath, count to 10. No, count to 4, count to 3. Shallow breath, shorter counts, because you're now extracting it from this here. And it has a one-way valve, which allows the medication kind of to stay in here. It doesn't dispense and evaporate, right? So you're gonna go push, and then how many times? 3 to 4 times. And then you push again, your next breath. Okay? And then you rinse your mouth, gargle, spit out. This is albuterol. You don't really need to do that, but with the other one, this one, anything that has steroid inside. And how can you tell? Usually it has NIDE, N-I-D-E on it. Or you can, of course, you can Google search it. That's easier, right? Or search it, define it somewhere. Ask your pharmacist. Find out which of your inhaler has steroid. And mark it. I just thought it's cute for some of my patients really are forgetful more than me. And I put this little sticker now. So that's really cool. That's my invention recently. I'm so proud of myself, because I'm like, this doesn't fit into their pill box. That may be the reason why nobody's paying attention to it. And so if you get on it and you forget because the box is thrown out somewhere, and that's where the medications, they should stick it. They should take it out and stick that. Yeah, they can just take it out and stick the prescription on here as well. You can make one little copy, put it on here so that your patients know, okay, this one is the one that's 1 puff once a day. And this one is as needed. You know what I mean? And this one is 2 puffs once a day. Yes, we're going to do this one next. Yeah, I'm going to go over. I'm just going to try my best to go over as many as we can today. Don't forget to rinse your mouth on the ones that you need to rinse your mouth out. Or, yeah. Yeah, so. Did I forget to exhale? I'm talking so fast, right? I don't know which one I forgot to exhale on. Yeah, this is really very insensitive when they switch around inhalers and nobody, cares that not like I'm important, but I went through it and I taught somebody how to use an inhaler. And then next year, just like that, it's no longer in your profile, sweetie. We got to learn a new one. Well, guess what? At least you know where to learn that from. And then, for the young, it's not that big of a deal, but, there are people who have, mental limitations, impairment, they're anxious. They feel like one worked better than the other. Sometimes maybe not a difference in medication, but just the can looks different. And just that alone makes people very insecure about their breathing. And I don't think it needs to be so much. I don't know why they can't agree on a price that's reasonable. And then we have booklets coming to the doctor, and the doctor is delayed and has to look at it. I can't trust my employees to look at that booklet. What if they get it wrong? Doctors get it wrong all the time, and I can't trust medical assistants to figure out which inhaler to put you on. I have to look at it. And then I need to look at whether you have that ability to spray and time it, or tell you to use a spacer, or maybe tell you to use something like this, which, it looks easier, but some people have a very hard time with this one too. Okay, so this is Spiriva. This one comes Spiriva, Stialto, Stravati, I think. Different names, but don't worry about it. Look at the name below here. See this? I don't have any followers on YouTube, so please go follow me there. Look at that, and that name is what that medication is. The other stuff is just, fluff. Push it in right here. Put it right here. Right? This is the trigger right here. Right? The trigger is right here. You want to protect it, close it. Make sure you have enough. Always check your cursor. Make sure that there is enough counter. The counter is right there. I have two. I have YouTube, even though there's nobody there. I'm talking to myself on there. TikTok, you guys are here. But follow me on there. At least flag me, because one day you'll come and you won't find me on TikTok. And guess what? You can look for me on YouTube. That's where I'm going to be. That's my plan B. Okay? Thank you so much for the hearts. You need to know where to find me, because I will still be crazy about you guys using inhalers until we find an alternative. And right now, the alternative is not injection. It's not injection. That is the third line, meaning we throw the towel on inhalers, but we still apply them every day, and we upgrade. The foundation is inhalers, and we upgrade you to injection. So inhaler and then injection. But if you like injection, if you don't like it, make sure the inhaler part works first, right? And that you're using it exactly like they said. So if they said lotion, apply twice a day, I know most of you be like, putting the lotion on twice a day, maybe even put it 3 times. But inhalers, they say twice a day, you're using it once a day, expecting it to work. It's not gonna work. It's literally like lotion. It's going into your lungs, through your mouth, into your lungs, and it's laying on top, and then it diffuses into the lung. So if you don't apply it, that little minor puff that you did in the morning is not gonna last for 3 months. You need to apply that every single day. This one, usually when I prescribe this one, it's 2 puffs twice a day. 2 puffs once a day. I don't know what your doctor is doing with you. You need to go check that out. But it's every day, right? This one, either 1 puff twice a day or 2 puffs twice a day. I'm about to sneeze. Okay, anyways, back to this. Maybe I'm confusing you. We put the canister in. This is the trigger. We cover it. We don't need to shake this one. You open it up when you're ready to press. Before that, I would suggest close it. Medication is expensive. If you trigger it, the medication dispenses. I'm going to show you what happens when you trigger so you can believe me. I don't even know if this one works. I need to find one that works. You twist it. Oh yeah, I know. And then I'm going to show you. See, I almost screwed up. See that? I don't know if you saw that. You wouldn't do this with yours. Please don't, because you'll be wasting it. See? Yeah, that missed. But you're going to have it in your mouth like this, or like this. You press and you inhale at the same time, right? Do it like this. Boop. And now you open and you... Why you do that? Because you're exhaling, you're emptying your lungs. A lot of you guys trap air actually in your lungs. And therefore you need to empty your lungs before you take that deep breath, to give yourself room to take that big, huge breath and hold it. And as you press that, the same exact time. Psh, psh, not press, and then if you do that, the air will just kind of go into your mouth. It won't go to your lung. And we need to propel it all the way down. So let me see 1 second here. It's too many things. Okay. So close it and you twist it again, right? If you're going to do that, you'll do that again. So now I'm going to go to the next one. Natalie, I see your questions. No, nobody can fight it off, guys. You can't fight off asthma. Please try not to. I mean, obviously, it's all about you and your provider. You know, I don't want to get in the way of anybody's provider. They know you best, but be very careful, because if you think you can control asthma, by definition, you don't have asthma. And COPD, same thing. It's one is irritation through environment, right? And things that are irritating your lungs. Could also be cigarettes causing asthma, and the other one is cigarettes causing it. So, oh, okay, got it, Natalie. But Natalie's your doctors should send you to all the specialists to make sure that they control your problem at 100%. And you are the type of person that I would definitely refer. If I was a pulmonologist, I will refer you and make sure everybody gets to give you a good chance to control you. That is, I would say, the top 5% of the people that we see, right? The rest really shouldn't be seeing us, but they see us anyways, because nobody has the time to teach you these things that we're going over here. You get shipped out to a pulmonologist because you do not know how to use your inhaler. It's the wrong reason for ship out, but it needs a little time to figure it out. So you'll end up getting shipped over to the pulmonologist a few times, only because somebody didn't figure out how to use your inhaler. So that's why I'm here. 2 is only because you're not using your inhaler and you're using it once a day. 3, the combination isn't right. 4, we maximize all of that and we really need to do a little bit more. So now we're checking and trying to put you on a biologic. And I have a little video about that on TikTok. So for those people who are on there, please follow that video and follow it, because I do explain where we should be applying these injections when all hell breaks loose and the inhalers are not scratching the surface. But guess what? You still are on inhalers and you still follow that. You still follow it. Inhalers are foundation. You can't have a house without a foundation, right? Well, inhalers are foundation. You have to be on inhalers. You need to follow them. Otherwise, those other injections will become, instead of once a month, you now get them 2 times a month or 3 times a month. That inhaler could give you some control, and then we can add the rest of the stuff on top, okay? Just remember, inhaler is the cake. The icing, you know, obviously it's the tasty part of the cake, is your biologic. I'm not trying to belittle you guys, but I'm trying to tell you that you shouldn't be on the injection unless you've optimized, maximized, double check, triple check your inhaler and consistency and all that good stuff. And don't forget, if you need an x-ray, get one. Sometimes we're treating you for months, right? Thinking it's asthma, and then there's something on your lungs that's causing you to wheeze. Like, you know, a piece of corn that you aspirated a month ago. I don't know. I'm just trying to tell you. So anyways, I am going to run off from here, but I am going to show you one more inhaler before I go. Actually, two inhalers. ABPA, yeah, I see ABPA, but also they need to have inhalers, and they have other things we give them, right? Steroids and stuff like that. King cheese cock. Yep. All right. Perfect. Yeah, COPD, no vaping, please. Unless you like to see pulmonologists a lot and secure your spot. That's the new generation security for the pulmonologists, right? Vaping. It's like the unspoken, nobody asks about it, but you're vaping and you're seeing us. We love it. I'm just telling you, I'm being very serious, because obviously we need patients, right? If you're trying to create more patients for us, love it, love it, love it. I have no problem with that. I'm just trying to remove some of you guys, because there's some of you just too many patients, right? We don't need to see every single patient. We need to see only the really difficult ones, right? Rudeness is not acceptable. I did answer you on that one. I don't know. Sometimes people do think, I'm not perfect. They may even think I'm rude, but sometimes it's frustrating. I just don't think anybody should be rude. We need to be patient, and the patients need to consider the doctors with their waiting rooms, and we also need to consider you and your time because you're coming to see us. And then we need to make sure that we are upgrading care each time. We're not doing the same thing over and over again, teaching you inhalers. After a while, if I'm teaching you 4 times you see me and you didn't get the inhaler, I mean, there are people with limitations. We're probably going to put you on a nebulizer and then we're going to put the inhaler on the side and teach you, right? Anyways, so yeah. Can somebody follow me? We have 2 followers. Can somebody follow me on YouTube? Split you guys in half. Anyways, this one. This is Brio. No, this is Trilogy. I have Trilogy on here. I put a dot because this is my little sticker that I give to my patients in case you guys are on here that like to see that as well. And this sticker reminds my patients who I actually have a personal experience with dementia. If my dad were to be an asthmatic, I would put this on here so he could read it up until he can't and where we have to bring it to him. I would say these people need reminders. They can confuse this and start doing it twice a day and run out early. They can confuse it, but at least the directions to tell them that this is their everyday, no matter what, medication. It's very important, okay? So I have a little sticker and I'm so proud of it. Anyways, so here, Trilogy, we will slide this down. Exhale and you taste it, you're gonna rinse your mouth. I will be rinsing my mouth after, so I don't wanna waste your time. And then obviously it will go down. So it was 5, it went down to 4, and you put it away. If you didn't get enough and you didn't close it yet, you can take a deep breath and hold it and take a deep breath and hold it again and again with 1. Once you close it, you're gonna dispense a new cartridge, so you don't wanna do that. Please, no smoking, no smoking. And that may be the reason you're gonna see lots of these rude doctors, okay? I don't want you to see rude doctors, it's enough. Don't smoke. I would be frustrated with my patient if she smokes or vapes or even says that. I would take it personally, but technically they should be clapping because that means you're gonna see us more if you catch my drift. Here we go. This is called Asthmanix. Very similar to another one that's called Pulmicort's Flexhaler. These ones are, you twist and then you twist again. You twist. Thank you for the 1 person following me on here. I am on live. Oh, thank you. 2 people. Dr. Mkono is experimenting on YouTube Live. She has to like it because that's where she's gonna land. Yeah, they're moving her from TikTok over to YouTube. So YouTube is where I want you guys to learn and follow and see me there. And yes, I need to work on learning YouTube much more than I have been. And then TikTok is where I am normally. That's my home because that's where I started. I respect TikTok. For as long as they're there, I will be there. But if they shut down, guys, it's going to be YouTube, which is over here. And my laptop is upside down because I don't know how to, yeah. So anyways, this is twist 1 and then twist 2. And it usually clicks. And then. Yeah, I'm glad you stopped smoking because it is very bad. I'm serious. It's bad, but it's good for the health system. It's really, really bad because it's not just breathing. Everything else gets screwed up. I don't need to give you guys lectures on that. But it's a job security for vaping. Cigarettes are job security for pulmonologists. You don't like paying co-pays. You don't like to see us. You don't like the waiting room. No smoking. You don't like the rudeness from the doctors. No smoking. Although we should love you for smoking. No smoking. No vaping, no fumes, no dust or irritants. Basic stuff, basic, crazy stuff. If you're doing it, it's crazy. I would definitely love you. I will usually tell you, thank you for joining the membership. I tell my patients that they hate it and they do get mad at me, but I'm like, hey, that's how you join the membership for the pulmonary clinic. Officially, It's just psychologically, I just want you to know that that's just not good. Okay? And you definitely don't tell us when you go back to cigarette smoking, but you should tell us that I'm back smoking. That's probably why you need more medications to control me, right? That's why I'm not getting better. And that's why none of the medications are working, because I'm doing my own thing. And while it lasts, I'm enjoying it, right? And we should enjoy you. So when you come see us, it should be a routine. You're smoking, you're not taking your medications, you're not feeling better, see you next month. And you should have no offense to that, because we absolutely cannot make you stop. This is very important, right? So this one is usually twice a day. And so it's either one puff, which is twist and then twist back, once a day, no, one puff twice a day, or two puffs twice a day. It is a twice a day medication. So for it to work, you give it a renewal every 12 hours. Morning, AM 10%, PM 20, AM 30, PM 40, AM 50, PM 60, AM 70, PM 80, AM 90, PM 100. And the next one is going to be 100 AM, 100 PM, 100 AM, 100 PM, 100 AM, 100 PM. Okay? Actually, I should maybe do that on a show somewhere. Like, I should find a diagram and show you guys that. But the more you use, the better it is, sequentially, right? You get better and better and better at controlling yourself. So again, thank you so much for all the likes. I think I did all the inhalers I needed to do. These are kind of pretty much same technique. Just follow your instructions, guys, because you see this one, this is a rescue. Do not mix it up with this one. They look similar, right? Don't they? They look similar, but they're not the same thing. And therefore, you could easily be seeing a pulmonologist because you screwed up and you're like, why pay for two things? They're so expensive. And you leave with this one. This is your rescue. This is add-on. This is everyday, rain, shine, happy or sad. And then this one gets added on. And if you keep adding this on a sequential, like twice a day, and you call me for a refill, I started wondering, why are you refilling this? Either this is not right, or you didn't get it, like you messed it up. Anyways, or you need a combination, or we need to escalate you to these injections that we're talking about. I really think that it should be the rare thing to escalate people to injections. You can ask the allergist, out there. You probably should get an allergist if you're getting, because it really requires you to be followed pretty closely. There should be a reason why we're putting you on injection for asthma. You have severe asthma that did not improve to mild with inhalers because you were compliant and you did what you're supposed to do. That's pretty much it. So guys, if you have questions, I'm going to scroll. Did anybody else write me a question on YouTube? I'm still trying to figure this out. Oh, wow. Hey, I'm here. Thank you, Natalie. You got me on there. And if I can figure out how to respond, then we got a very educated live YouTube person. But anyways, I don't know if I'll figure all that out. I'll have to try it again another day. So anyways, so my name is Dr. Mkono. If you've never met me before, I did see my do or die followers, which is lovely. And if they benefited, I'm so happy. If they're sharing and they're going to their doctors and they're wondering what they're doing there in the first place, that's good. You still need your doctors. I value your doctors. Thank them, because it is hard to be a doctor these days. It's not easy. They have really made the field very difficult. Yes. And so if you're seeing a nurse practitioner, a doctor, a pulmonologist, and they're managing your asthma, yeah, teaching inhalers would mean they're going to be very backed up in their appointments. I get backed up, but I try to do it on our first encounter, so you know that there's a value to it, and I take it like it's an important thing, so that when you show up the next time, you're sort of prepared. You've done your homework. Majority of you do, and you at least know if you're coming in to get a spacer. By the way, yes, I am on Amazon. I teach the spacers on Amazon. So if you need to get a spacer there, fine. But you can also get it with a script from your doctor through your insurance. Absolutely. Where the insurance pays for the spacer. Hopefully it's not matching your deductible, all these things. But if you just wanted to get on like Amazon and buy a spacer because you need one, go right ahead. Go on Amazon, buy a spacer. Yes, I'm not saying that is a mandatory thing. I'm telling you that you can. You can just buy it. You don't need a prescription there. You need a prescription with your doctor if you're doing it through your insurance, probably, but you don't need it through Amazon or going to a medical supply, or I have to check. Maybe Walmart has them too. But you can get them in so many different places. You can get a spacer if you need it. That's a simple thing. You and I can talk about that. You need it, you attach it, no harm. Um, so please, please, please try your best to figure out the little things, do your little homework. I mean, we all can benefit from learning from each other. So please, please try to do your part. You have a part and it's 99% of the picture. The doctor has a 1% time with you in the office. They're not responsible for what you do at home. You need to take it serious. You need to put it in your priorities. Put it next to your toothbrush. You brush your teeth, right? So put it right there, and I would do the inhaler first if I were you. And then rinse our mouth with gargle water. Water is all we need for inhaler, unless you want to use glycerin for whatever other reasons. It's not necessary for the inhaler. Rinse out, and spit out. I don't think you need a tutorial for that, but if you do, write me and I will meet you up somewhere. Live Amazon. Yes, I'm on there. I do lives once in a while. My patients go on there. When they tell me it's too expensive through insurance, guess what? They go on Amazon and buy whatever they need. I show them what I have tried, but spacer is a spacer. Don't let anybody fool you. One spacer, if it's blue, black, green, gray, I don't care what color it is. Spacer is a spacer. There's a valve there. It tells you that the air goes in. If you try to blow air into it, it will blow the air back. So it traps the air here. You put your spacer right there. All of them fit. Even these big, huge ones. I've tried many spacer. They fit. Look at how this one and this one look. Look. And you put it right here. See? And then you press it, right? Oh, it just came out. And it doesn't, you shouldn't do, don't do that. Just shallow breath. You know, it helps with people who have issues with it hitting the back of their throat, causing thrush and all these other things. It does help. It minimizes the exposure to the throat, you know, but we need to remember that inhalers are supposed to go to our lungs, not our mouth. This is why we rinse off after. I hope you guys learned something today. And if you didn't, let me know if you could play it, maybe for future reference. And I will try to do better and come in and show up for you guys. And thank you so much for spending this time with me during the midday. Don't ask me when I'm doing my next live because it's going to be definitely spontaneous for a little bit. Summer, a little bit more than in the winter. The winter, it's crazy. It was so crazy with my son in kindergarten now. It was kind of crazy. So anyways, Natalie, you're laughing. I wonder what the okay part. This is a part of a lung, believe it or not. The nose, tentacles, mouth, part of the lung. Two little things come in here. They connect, they come down. We have the throat area. We have the voice box area over here, and the cords over there. They go open, close as you speak. And there's actually an asthma group of patients that is called the vocal cord dysfunction. They literally have discoordinated cords. The speaking valve goes all out of whack and it causes an asthma, a group of asthma. Very interesting people because they actually have psychological issues usually sometimes. And we have to take that to consideration, which I think any disease has psychological issues. You have a problem, you're going to get, you're going to get anxious, depressed, right? And, I take that seriously because, mental health is important, even for me. If I feel like I'm going woohoo, I take my time and I just try to digest, laryngospasm. Yes, absolutely. And you see ENT, you see speech therapist, over that. It's an entity. This thing, asthma is just sensitive. I just tell people, it just means sensitive. Sensitive to what? Pollen, grass, smog, Dr. McConnell, infections, all that stuff. So it's sensitivity. To the nose, we call it rhinitis. It's over here. To the throat, with the postnasal drip. To the skin, eczema, all these other things, urticaria, all that stuff. Then we go to the lungs. We call it asthma over here. Just because we call asthma rhinitis, to me, they're in the same class. Not to say that people with rhinitis need to be treated, but they kind of run in groups, you know. People with nose drips and congestion and sensitivity to infections over and over again, we need to test you for asthma if you're having issues. Tightness, can't breathe, can't run. Some of you guys can't run at all. Therefore, you don't walk, you don't run, you don't do anything, and it becomes a weight problem because you're not active. And the weight also causes you to be more short of breath. It's kind of like a vicious cycle. I say treat your asthma, start escalating the exercise and trying to do more. It really, really helps. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, but you know what? With the asthma part, you're still getting the same treatment, right, King? You're getting the same treatment. Thank you. There's one new follower. Thank you. You got the memo. Yes, Dr. McConnell will be on live very often. And by the way, YouTubers tend to be my patients because I use that medium a lot for my teaching purposes. Sometimes I'm in a rush and I want to tell them thousands of words, and I have my staff send them a video. It's on YouTube. You can look at that too. How to collect sputum is on there. My webpage is going to be a resource for you guys. I want to be your doctor, but I can't be your doctor if you're not my patient. But I also want to be your friend and the advocate for you to get what you need. You need to do what, you know, your duty, okay? Because you need to make sure that everything is good with your doctor. Well, pulmonary is interesting, but internal medicine is important. It's just this medicine is turning so much. The primary doctors are changing so fast because they're also very frustrated with the system. So be careful. I think you should be the primary and the pulmonologist of yourself. Know your stuff cold. Know your medications. Bring your Bible, which is your, I shouldn't call it a Bible because it is the insurance way of telling you what they prefer you to be prescribed. Bring it to your doctors. Try to figure out if that's going to be something that will cause you not to be on inhaler. Remember, if you're not on the right inhaler, you end up in the ER. Who fails when that happens? I don't want to point fingers, but I would say for me, if I was a patient, I would say I failed. For the doctor, they should say they failed because they didn't tell you, but now I've told you. Take your medication list to them. Oh, no, define that again. I think I'm a little thick. I didn't get that message. You're specializing in medicine? Are you in internal medicine? Is that what you mean? Anyways, guys, I'm going to run off in a little bit. I'm going. Oh, the lungs, I said lungs. Left lung, right lung, trachea. Right? All one. You know, and just remember, you can't take your lungs out of your body. They are all connected to your whole body. So you got diaphragms. I think they're part of your lungs for sure. If they're weak, you can't breathe. That's why we like you to walk, exercise. I exercise every single day. And if I don't, I literally feel depressed. I got to go out and get the exercise in every morning. Right? So, right. So you're going to be doing the same thing. And guys, it was very nice. I wish I could schedule a permanent time. I will try Tuesday nights again. And up until I get my YouTube sorted out. I don't know why I can't figure out. I can't figure out how to use this, how to write messages. I don't see my spot where I can write messages. Okay, so how do I, let me see if I did, I think. Add a moderator, put user timeout. Oh, I can time you guys out if you say something bad. Hopefully, none of my followers, people come in here, they usually get scared. And we get rid of all the nonsense people, usually, because nobody wants to be here. They would rather be dancing and singing. So I think I've really had good followers and people who are inquisitive and they want to know, they want to learn. And they should come back in here and tell me, yay, you know, I learned something and I applied it. And last year I had 20 flare-ups, and this year I had 0, which is, guys, I'm not saying I'm going to fix all your problems, but I'm going to fix a few visits for you. Maybe a few ERs, and maybe your lung health where you don't end up on oxygen too easily, right? Because if you don't have your asthma controlled, you will end up on oxygen because it will fry. It will literally fry your lungs. over time. You know how things are when they take time. They're persistent and they really drive you nuts for a few years. And then when you're like at your frail age, somebody's telling you you need to get on oxygen, you're wondering why. Could be because of asthma. So, anyways, I thought I was onto something here and I wanted to respond to this person. Why can't I? I can put you in timeout. I can add a moderator on YouTube. If you have not followed me on YouTube, there are 5 people watching my crazy self here. Go over to YouTube and say hi and tell me that you're going to see me there, because I'm probably going to disappear from TikTok. Yes. Not because I want to, but because, I don't know. I can't figure them out. So, any other questions? Very nice, guys. It was very, very nice. Ship me out to somebody who needs me. Let them know I'm here to help. Do your own research, follow your doctor's recommendations, and please don't expect your doctors to know what's going on with you without telling them. They are not magicians, they're human, and they make mistakes. They are rude sometimes, but before you fire your doctor, do me a favor and be smart enough. Please, it's kind of like a waitress thing. You don't shout at the doctor who is servicing you, right? You find another one, and it's an easy switch to the other one, right? But before you do that, find out whether the other one is going to do the same thing, because at some point you run out of us because there's not that many. And then one more thing. Oh, some of you guys are stuck seeing me. It's horrible feeling when you're like, oh my God. I just cursed out Dr. McConnell's staff because I don't have my formulary list, and I think she is gypping me by paying $500. I didn't even make the price for the inhaler. And I'm not talking about my patients. I'm just saying, because sometimes after you curse me out and I've poured my love onto you, you call back and all of a sudden she's like, no, Dr. McCall can't take you back. Why? Because she put all her heart out to you. She poured it all out, right? And you thought she was bad until you went to your next doctor who said hi and bye, right? Now you see value. It doesn't work like that. Don't curse your doctors out. Try to zip, find your alternative, and switch. But be nice, because you never know. Next year, she could be the only provider. Some of you guys are telling me, I came to you because you're the only provider. Oh my God, it always makes me feel so good. I feel horrible. I'm always like, which insurance is that? Maybe I should come off too. Because why am I the only provider? So nowadays, I have this little thing where I say, be nice when you're in my waiting room. Be kind, be polite. Remember your days when you were really, really struggling. Be nice. You can always reschedule. You don't need to rush your doctor, stress out the doctor. Please don't do that. Because, some of us, we really are human and sensitive too, right? Curse us out. I'm trying to help you. Maybe it's my ability. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. That's true. But still, I may be the only provider, right? Then you're going to go see your primary or your nurse practitioner, and that's it. Or travel 10 hours to go see one. So be nice. Be nice, because I could really literally be added onto your insurance without knowing and be the only member left, because I'm so, slow. I didn't figure out why everybody else left yet. So be nice, and my staff will be nice to you. They're very nice. They're dedicated to answering your questions and doing all that paperwork for me most of the time. So I am so happy we met. And this YouTube thing is just, oh my God. Anyways, literally, I'm going to leave now. Okay? I'm going to check if you have questions. I got your number 1. Trilogy, yay. What do you mean, model? Do I have asthma? No, I don't have asthma that I'm aware of. And I use inhalers to teach, if that's what you mean. I don't know. I think I'm losing some of my questions somehow. I don't understand. I'm missing. You're a senior med student. Perfect. You're going to learn. Hopefully you'll become a pulmonologist. That would be so nice. Yeah, I want you to have less exacerbation, and you're a colleague and you should know that you have less each year. That means you're doing something right. And I hope that's just, first of all, as a med student, you're not even allowed to lose too many days, right? Doctors don't lose days, at work. We can't call sick unless we are literally the ones in the ICU, right? So you can't be sick, you can't be late, you can't do anything, you can't breathe, you can't cough, you can't complain. You just have to take it all in. And then you go out in the field, and guess what? People curse you out, they scream, they're ungrateful, all that good stuff. And you still have to smile and love what you do. And I'm trying to find what I love to do. And I think it's just literally teaching, because it gets a little crazy. If you have to see too many people in like 15 minutes and they all want everything out of you, you kind of almost like, where's ChatGPT? Because some of it should be there, right? You still have to write notes. I have a lot of notes to write. Anyways, so that's it. And I am glad to meet you, King Chesapeake. And I'm glad that you're doing well, and less exacerbations is less exacerbation. 10 last year and 1 this year is a success. 0 will be nice, but you should really work on trying to make sure you wear a mask, because you're working with people and they cough on you, and you will get sick every other day because you have asthma or have any lung disease, God forbid. And so mask up. I always have a mask on my chin. It's classic. To the evening when I come back home, where my kids expose me to their bugs, I have a mask here and a guard down when they come. They come through with all the infections. There's no doubt I get sick from my son. He's the one. He gets a cold, I get a cold, because the guard is down. My patients don't get me sick because I wear a mask. And I tell them to wear a mask while they're sitting in my waiting room, because everybody with COVID comes to see me, right? After COVID, before COVID, and I come and get you in the waiting room, and I'm like, oh, can't believe you guys are sitting next to each other. One has COVID, another one doesn't. I can't tell you anything. HIPAA violation. I do tell you wear a mask all the time. So please be careful out there. I am enjoying this live chat. I am going to come off of here, and I don't really know how. From YouTube first. How do I do that? Oh my God. Oh, there. Bye.